returns don't exist in this world where video game systems are sold on the streets like drugs. We once again go to the home of Johnny Turbo as he discovers some interesting news about Vega, that they're suing him over the incident with Steve. Yes, Steve, their employee who has an eye condition who has been vilified by the papers, and his family is now harassed that he has become an alcoholic. Good job, Johnny! No, in fact, he has discovered that, well, the Turbo Duo gives you Gates of Thunder for free. Vega's CD system comes with a CD shooter that doesn't even compare! The game he's referring to is Soul Feast, which, as I understand it, is actually a really damn good game, so he's just being an asshole.
We already know that.
Meanwhile, Vega apparently realized that maybe they should be selling their products in stores, and are now selling their vaunted CD add-on in toy stores. Naturally, instead of actual store personnel doing it, the Hellspawn goons are taking care of things. They also suck at selling this thing. Come on, kid, it's only $299. You'll be the coolest kid on the block. Yeah, because every kid has $300 for disposable income and just walk into toy stores blindly to spend it. What are you waiting for? You could be playing CD games right now. Dude, he's holding the box. I think he bought it. Also, unless there's a stray TV in that toy store to hook the thing up to, no, he can't be playing it right now. But first, you'll have to give us another $100 for the fake 16-bit system. Yes, nothing like gloating about what you did right in front of the person you scammed. And he's still in the store too, no less. This kid could probably walk 20 feet and return the damn thing without opening it. Worst evil demon salesman ever.
Demons aren't dead.
Robot.
Besides ocean marketing. Lost my place. Oh, fortunately for this poor dumb kid, Johnny Turbo is nearby. Wait, that's Gate of Thunder, that game he was talking about earlier. He owns a copy of it. Why the hell is he playing it in a toy store? Did Tony refuse to share? Anyway, he goes off into some curtained off area. I didn't know that toy stores had an adult section. Excuse me, but isn't it a bit hard to see with those sunglasses on? Because you never know what you might run into. Oh, Johnny, you don't get it. He wears his sunglasses at night so he can see the visions in his dreams. Oh, hell! I'm tired of you guys trying to fool these kids. The truth is, your CD game system doesn't even work without your 16-bit system. Yes, and that's a fact that was plainly advertised on every single Sega CD box. Sega never tried to lie about that. And hell, if you were thinking of getting a Sega CD anyway, chances are you already owned a Genesis. So, yeah, they're trying to counter propaganda that didn't exist. Smooth.
That's just, wow.
I hope you're listening, Mr. Faker. You can't hide from Johnny Turbo! Our hero, everybody, he demands that his game system hold a monopoly over a town. You have no choice. Surrender now. Resistance is futile. And so our story ends with Mr. Vega and one of his goons watching from some control room. Because obviously Big Brother isn't watching, it's Sega.
Vega!
There into your homes, kids.
That explains the Sonic games.
He's really causing us some trouble, boss. I think it's time we taught Johnny Turbo a lesson about messing with Faker Incorporated. Later that day, Johnny Turbo returned home to find Tony stuffed into his fridge. Not because Faker murdered him, he's just such a weenie that he got trapped inside. Hey gamers, even though most of my time is spent jacking up those Faker dudes, mean-spirited jabs at the competition were accurate, the stories themselves had nothing to them. It's just the same point, slammed into your face again and again. Repetitive remarks about the same point without any rebuttal. Come to think of it, it's rather like my show in that regard. Thank you, everybody! Okay, the time is now 10:25, and as such, we have two options before us. We can either take Q&A for the rest of the time, or you can watch the episode that's going to premiere on Monday. Your call. So the people who want to see the episode. Alrighty then. RoboCop versus Terminator #1 it is. Give me a moment while I go plug in the sound. Miller time. No, you're not drunk. You just wish you were. He peeked in on our old pal Frank Miller. The last time we reviewed one of his works, it was Spawn / Batman, a crossover where the two characters fought most of the time. Spawn was treated like a pansy, and Batman was glorified despite him acting like a crazy man. What's worse is that we really got to see the downward spiral that would lead to the Miller we know and love today, who gleefully puts out horribly offensive material that DC refused to let one of their flagship characters be a part of. And bear in mind, DC let Miller do this. What are you, dense? Are you retarded or something? Who the hell do you think I am?
I'm the goddamn Batman!
We'll look at Holy Terror eventually. In the meantime, though, we have another Miller Penn crossover. One that's a little more awesome. In this corner, Alex Murphy, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make the world's first RoboCop better than he was. Better, faster, stronger. And with a kick-ass gun and legitimately funny social commentary, RoboCop is an excellent sci-fi action and revenge movie. And in this corner, Skynet was created by man. It evolved. It rebelled. There are many robots. And it has a plan. Specifically, that plan is the Terminator, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton. Sent back in time to kill the human resistance leader, the Terminator is the deadliest weapon in Skynet's arsenal, and the movie itself is another great sci-fi action movie, which also led to one of the greatest sequels ever in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And less than stellar sequels. pairing for a crossover. Both are about robotics and machines, both have to do with the future, and the titular characters themselves could probably be considered equally matched in terms of firepower, strength, and intelligence. And naturally, Frank Miller of all people wrote their comic crossover. However, unlike a lot of Miller times when I announced I was doing this, a lot of people wondered why I thought this deserved a review since RoboCop vs. the Terminator is widely considered a really good comic. Well, the answer to that is, I haven't read it yet. Since the crossover put Miller's name on top of things, I thought it would make for a good episode. So let's dig into RoboCop vs. the Terminator #1 and see if this is an example of Miller before he went nuts, or if I have to disagree with popular opinion.
Welcome to Atop the fourth wall, where bad comics burn. Big car's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Roski, you're not the smartest. Life hell, you're not an artist. Anyone's had that comic published. It could be your turn. Big Cara, here's a man. Push, where's the acting Cara? He has a magic gun, ready for Sapling Cara. Horse, robots, and some trusting Cara. This comic sucks, Big Cara.
Going for it. I hesitate to call it bad, but at the same time, compositionally, why is the Terminator just standing in the background behind the city? It's not looking down at RoboCop, who is firing into the air for some reason, so it's not meant to be ominous, it's just a giant Terminator behind a city. Might as well put Neutro in place of it and you'd have the same effect. Speaking of, the perspective is kind of warped. Is this a bird's eye view? If not, why can we see some people running on a road in the bottom left? We open with a series of explosions all across the page in various panels. Michael Bay joke, Bruce Willis joke, etc., etc. Away from the explosions themselves, we see humans running away from a battle, one getting stomped on by a giant robotic foot. Peace will come. Though it will be very messy. It's tough to get those bloodstains off the metal, you know. Desperate, sweating things, these humans are almost gone. I know they only come once a year, but they always find a way to ruin Christmas. The voice of Skynet, the computer that took over the world in the Terminator series. Skynet exposits that a human has made its way into the center of the regional mind and decides the best course of action in order to take care of the human is to blow up the regional mind building. Damn, if only there were human-sized robots that Skynet could send in to deal with them instead of blowing up their installation. You know, some kind of terminating android. But hey, I guess I just don't measure up to the genius, machine-efficient mind that Skynet possesses. Anyway, the building starts exploding, and the human inside of it, who was connected by various wires into the computers, I think this comic is confusing the Terminator with the Matrix. It's not the side. Scared, aren't you, Jump? You know I'm close, and you can't fight me. Not in here. I think that missile was the Junk's way of telling you, yes, it can. He came into something, I don't know, and gains control of the systems. Connor was right. It was a human mind that did it, that turned you from a tool to an army of murderers. A human mind merged with software, then married to Skynet. That was an awkward wedding. The caterers were late, the priest showed up drunk, and the bridesmaids tried to assimilate and then exterminate the human guests. It was a man, a cop, named Alex Murphy. RoboCop